Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is January 30th, 2014. Let's jump right into the charts here. There's a lot to cover this morning. What you're going to see here is that the futures are trading higher by about 5.5 points. So we'll see if they can hold gains today or we're in for another volatile session. I think traders and investors right now are on the skittish side, especially after yesterday's huge reversal day. Markets finishing down sharply. Again, anytime you see the major indexes give up all the prior day's gains, you always want to be a bit concerned. So we'll see how this all plays out today. I will say this much, though, that the S&P 500 futures are holding around that 1770 level, and that's pretty much a big line in the sand. You can make a case that the level is 1767.50 on the futures, but right around this area, this general area, they have been defended. If that level does break on a closing basis, there could be more damage done on the charts, and we could see lower levels ahead, obviously. But right now, so far in the short term with the oversold condition, that level has held up. But I don't think any trader should take anything for granted at this stage of the game. Looking over the Asian markets last night, it should be noted that the Japanese market fell pretty sharply. That market was down, I believe, the Nikkei 225 was down about 2.45%, which is a pretty sharp decline. The Shanghai Composite was down about 0.8%, especially after their PMI number was weaker, below 50, which indicates contraction in their economy. So we're not really seeing a whole lot of strength out here, but nonetheless, we'll see how this market plays out. Today in Europe, you do have the German DAX down about 0.3%. The FTSE 100 is down about the same amount. Remember, England can print their own money, so we're not getting much out of the Asian or foreign or European markets. The markets are really waiting to see what happens here in the United States, and that will tell us a whole lot more going forward. Looking at some stocks in the news today, we have plenty. We're going to start off with Qualcomm. Qualcomm reported earnings yesterday. Stock is trading around $72.70. It closed at $71.12. So a nice little uptick for Qualcomm. As long as it stays above this level, I suppose it could trade higher, but I don't have any great trading levels for the equity at this moment. So let's keep that on the radar today. We'll see if pattern develops intraday. There might be some intraday plays here, but there's nothing off the bat that is telling me we need to do something with Qualcomm immediately. Let's take a look at Facebook. Facebook's the big one today. Stock is roaring. The stock closed yesterday at $53.53. Today it is trading at $63.05. So great move. There should be a fair amount of resistance around $66 for Facebook. Could it go higher than there? I suppose so. This is an all-time high, so levels can overshoot a little bit, but around $66, I think that's where traders should really start to watch for some short-term resistance, just from an extended point. Stocks can only go so far before they need to snap back or pull back in. So just think of Facebook around the $69 level, and it could overshoot a little bit more, I guess, maybe a little less, but right around $69, that's where I do think the stock would stall out. But it's a great move for Facebook. Any way you slice it or dice it, the stock is up about, well, percentage-wise, I guess that's around 18%, 17%. That's a decent move today. So it does have some strength. Let's see if it gets up to 66. That's where it would really, really stall out. If anybody owns it, I would already start to trail your stop loss because it's just a tremendous gain. Want to take a look at Citrix Systems. CTXS is the symbol here. This stock is getting hit pretty sharply. Closed at 57.60. It is now trading at 52.50. I will have a gap level for this one today. So come on over to the chat room. That will be posted up right around 9 o'clock in the morning, but we will have a gap level for Citrix Systems today. We'll try to pick that up for a scalp play if we get the right level hit. Let's take a look at UPS. I believe they reported earnings as well. Stock surged up to $97. Now it's trading at $96. So there's not enough room here that we could do much with it. A little level that I do like for UPS, if it does fall, would be around the $91.60 level. I also like UPS around 87.50. So those are two levels today where I think the stock could give you a bounce. 91.70 and 87.50. Keep those on the radar. Right now the stock is holding up pretty well. It's trading at $96 a share. So, but these stocks can move around pretty violently, pretty quickly. So be prepared. Here's Visa. The stock, I believe, reported earnings as well. It was trading at 217.12 yesterday by yesterday's close. Today it's up to 223.50. I'm not sure if we can make too much out of Visa. We're going to see where this thing comes in. If it gets down to around 209.65, okay, 209.65, that's a play where you could look for a bounce. I'm not sure it will get down there, but if that were to happen, that's a spot where you could look for a short-term daily chart, short-term scalp. But other than that, Visa's kind of in a choppy range. Stock's been beaten down from 235. From the 235 high, which it made on the 21st of January, so or 17th, 21st, yeah, 21st of January. So again, it's oversold, but if it does come down to 209.65, you can take a scalp bounce there. Let's take a look at Whirlpool today. I have not had a chance to look at this one. It's just coming across my desk now. Whirlpool is actually trading higher, closed at 141.63. It's trading at 144.50. Getting a bounce from an oversold condition. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with Whirlpool today. This could be a good day trading stock, though, after the opening bell rings. But for now, with the stock trading higher, I don't think there's much we could do with it. If this one comes down, watch 127.40. I know that's a long way off, but these kind of markets, you can see these kind of moves happen rather quickly. So watch 127.40. Just keep it on your list there, on your radar. And if it does get down there, that's your scalp play for today. Another stock that's doing real well today is Under Armour. Stock is trading at 94.88. I think this is a new all-time high. So not much you could do with Under Armour. It's generally a little bit of a thin stock, so it can trade a little bit higher, I suppose. But decent move here. I don't have any levels for this one off the bat, so you want to be a little bit careful with Under Armour, at least right now from what I can see, but it's holding up pretty well. Another one we're going to look at is 3M. Let me just make sure this was an earnings report. Yeah, it looks like 3M was an earnings report as well. I think the revenues missed, though, if I'm not mistaken, but I forget. I looked at this stuff so early this morning. Right now, you're seeing the stock trade at 129, so it's actually lower than where it closed yesterday at 130.25. Be very careful with 3M right now. Stock is definitely still in a weak position. The level I'm seeing right here, you're going to have a little bit of minor support, I suppose, around 125. Aggressive traders could give that one a shot. Other than that, I don't think there's much you could do with it until it gets to around 113.80. Gets down to 113.80. There's a great trade, I think a really good trade there. But nonetheless, right now, watch the 125 level and then ultimately 119.75. There will be two levels there for Triple M if it does get down there. I think that's everything I wanted to cover stock-wise. I know there's a lot of other movers out here, but I can't get to all of them today. Let's take a look at the gold market. Gold is getting hammered today. So GLD right now trading at 119.76. It closed at 122.47. Spot gold is down 20.5 points to 1241.50. This all just comes really on the back of QE tapering. So again, as I mentioned yesterday in this video, I said 122.50 would be the big spot for the GLD, and sure enough, that level has really been very good resistance. So keep that on your radar. I don't think there's much we could do with gold today. It needs to consolidate anyway. It needs to pull back, and we'll just watch the pattern that develops. But gold getting hit pretty sharply today. Also, whenever you look at gold, make sure you always look at the dollar yen, and you're going to see today that the dollar yen is really revving up to the upside. So that helps the stock market, and it helps bring gold down lower. When the dollar yen goes up, gold generally falls. So that correlation should be made. You're not going to hear that on CNBC. Keep an eye on that, and that's generally what's happening. Let's look at the oil market today. Light sweet crude is trading higher by about 47 cents. to $97.81 a barrel. We're going to go to the USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude. This is trading up around the 34.92 level. So decent little pop there for the USO this morning. I think it has a little bit more upside to go. So be very, very careful trying to get in front of the USO today. But right now, USO is holding steady, and I do think we'll get slightly higher oil prices coming up. So just be aware of that. So right now, oil's holding pretty steady. But there's a lot going on in the market today. There's a lot of action out here. We're going to see where these markets trade out. Right now, you do have the S&P futures continuing to climb. They're now up 8.25 points. So we'll see if they can hold their gains from the oversold condition. Yesterday, they were unable to do it. Today, I think we'll be in for a little bit of a volatile session, but we'll see if this market can hold its gains into the end of the week. With that said, everybody, I'm going to leave it here short and sweet. I want to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts.